Hello, hello, everyone. I hope you're doing good. Don't be looking at those sad chat GPT images. I have all these authors that I need to do ads for my personal job, and like all they want is these chat GPT images, and it makes me so upset. Hey James, how you doing? They keep just fucking sending me shit, and then I have to take it into Photoshop and paint over them and make sure that their fingers aren't all fucked up and stuff. And I'm like, this is, when I signed up to be a book marketer, this is not what I really wanted to do with my time. But a paycheck's a paycheck, I guess. I'm trying to get out of this so bad. Get out of this business so bad, y'all. I want to just do art for a living. That would be, oh my god, that would be essential. That would be clutch. Chat GPT ass, broken ass images. Get out of here, taskbar. I don't want you either. No, that's not what I want. Get out of Go away. Hi, Goose. How you doing? Okay, I might have to stop in the middle of stream here. Not to, like, stop. But, to, just take a quick BRB and run and go and save this poor Costco guy as he delivers my order. Because there's raw chicken in there, and I don't want anything to get freaky deaky if they deliver the raw chicken. Yeah, because ChatGPT, and I will definitely always reinforce this as an art professor, as a publishing professional, and as an artist myself. ChatGPT has its uses, but to use it for generative purposes, so if you're generating a book or generating art or creating something from nothing, like if you go to the prompt and you say, like, write me a book, create for me a piece of art, come up with an idea, that's bad. If you're doing things like, can you help me organize this shit? Or even if you're using it for your own personal stuff, like if you want to use it for personal, like, role play and stuff like that, to chat with OCs and shit like that, that's fine. You're not trying to undermine, like, anybody's entire creative industry by playing around with your OCs. You know what I mean? Like, that's not gonna make or break the art industry. But it's definitely the people who are like, yeah, I'm going to be, I'm like, here I am using this for advertising, And thankfully, what I have the ability to do is I as a creative, the way that I'm trying to get around this and making it so that these ads are, at the very least, as ethical as they can be, is, I can try and make sure that they're based on royalty-free images and all of this other shit, and make sure that at the very least, I'm not stealing that. But it's not great. And it's like, this is like the third client. This is the third fucking one that I've run into this issue with, where it's, they want ChatGPT AI generated artwork for their ads. And it's like, you realize that people are not going to take your book seriously if you have AI generated ads, right? Because then they're going to ask themselves the question, well, if this author was willing to AI generate the ads, what else are they willing to AI generate, I hope you have a good day at work, Goose. I'll see you later. I can't wait to hear more about your writing. I've been writing and screaming, and I need to update all my prompts because holy moly, it's been nuts. Yeah, because asking people to use it on a professional level like that is the problem here. So I, unfortunately, am trapped in a double bind because I need to pay my rent, and thankfully not all the clients want these ChatGPT generated fucking ads. Most of them are just like stock images, which is good. But holy moly, it's like, it's so frustrating when it does happen. I had to, like, explain last night and make a YouTube short because somebody tried to fucking really, like, they were testing my patience. it's really frustrating as a professional when, like, I have a master's in publishing, I have a master's in visual art, and somebody wants to come on to TikTok and argue with me about how you can use ChatGPT as a ghostwriter. So, in other words, what they're suggesting is that if they go and they type in "write me a book," they can publish it, and it counts as somebody ghostwriting your book. Now, what a professional ghostwriter does, for anybody who doesn't know, is a ghostwriter is a person who will write a book for you, or write a song for you, write poems for you. Like, it really just depends on what you're asking them to do. And, like, for a fantasy book, for example, to have somebody ghostwrite a book, that's $8,000 typically for a fantasy book. So it's kind of a big deal. And the reason that ghostwriters are important is because they can inject personal experience, lived real human experience, into the book itself, and make sure that it is, it feels alive, like it was written by a human. And you're taking the author, quote unquote, the original commissioner's idea and turning it into a book, right? That's pretty much the vibe there. But, like, ChatGPT cannot be used to do that on a professional level, and you can't publish it because ultimately ChatGPT doesn't have any lived experiences. It's effectively thousands of pieces of fan fiction shoved into a generator. So all it can do is repeat things that it's heard before. It's effectively like a parrot, right? And so nothing that it says is actually truly original, which thereby means that you can't write an original book using ChatGPT. Now, does that mean that you can't, like, organize your thoughts via ChatGPT? No, because, like, it's a great note-taking tool. It's effectively like fucking Google on steroids is the way that I would like to, like, describe ChatGPT. But yeah, I had to, like, literally get into it with somebody because they were like, why would I pay a human $8,000 when I can have ChatGPT do it itself? And I'm like, because whatever you fucking produce is going to sound like bad Twilight fan fiction. Because it doesn't know how to write in a style. It has no style, effectively. Or rather, the problem is, I should say, is that ChatGPT has a baked-in personality that, like, is actually written into the code. And you can't get rid of it, you know? Yeah, exactly. Exactly, James. No, you're 100% right. It's like you can, yeah, there are things that you can use it for. And, like, this conversation that I had with this person really started because there is a company out there in the UK. Actually, there's a couple now that I've learned about them from some other authors since posting the video yesterday. But there's an organization in the UK now called Books by People that are giving certifications to publishing companies that do not use AI in any of their processes. So you get this fancy little stamp that says this book is certified by Books by People as a 100% human work. And it is not stolen. It's not generated by AI. It's an actual real book generated by people. But they do make exceptions for a couple major categories: outline formatting, book formatting, and idea generation. Those three things you can use AI for. They say that that's okay for their particular certification. But if you're writing it with the AI, then that's where it becomes a problem for them. Which, that to me makes perfect sense. That is like, okay, we can start to use this as a foundation to just try and get people to stop writing. I don't even want to call it writing because it's not really writing. To stop like effectively generating like AI book slop and then publishing it and then lying about it is really the problem. Because that's where we get into an issue where you have a person who is like, yeah, I wrote this book. And it's like, bro, no, you didn't. You fucking sat down at your computer and you put out, you punched into a prompt, like an LLM, your prompt, and then it punched out words. You know, you didn't do this yourself. And it's just, it doesn't make it makes no sense. You know, it's like, this is not your work. You had something else do it for you. Let me send this guy this delivery code really quick. Where the French toast is this delivery code? Quickly! I need it for this man. Copy. Okay, cool. Hopefully this guy will just walk this all the way up to the 5th floor. I feel bad. I feel so bad. There's elevators, but like... I'm sorry that you have to use your legs and go that far. I wouldn't want to wish that on anybody. If I wasn't in the middle of streaming and work, like, I would not make him walk, but also, I got shit to do. I got peoples to draw. Yeah, I'm like nervous because I had to design a website for this one guy that's like really a huge fan of using these AI generated photographs of people. And he had me work on his website for several months and was like really difficult to work with is the way that I'm going to like phrase it. And then by the time I got done with the project, he ended up just trashing all of the work that I did anyway and keeping a lot of like really garbage textures and then keeping his AI images, and I was like, why did you even pay me? I don't know what's going on. Thanks for the hydrate. Everybody should drink some water. We are already in chatty mode, you fool. Also, though, everybody stretch. You fool! Oh, we got an ooh woo instead. Oh my god. Hello? I say, ooh woo I say. But everybody should stretch, sit up nice and straight. Yeah, really the foundation of ChatGPT is just understanding that it's like ultimately it's an amalgamation of a bunch of random shit on the internet and none of it is original. And as soon as you get that going in your brain, it's easy to say, okay, well, hey, actually, I don't want to use it to do these things because I have this idea that I don't want it to sound like anybody else's work, so why would I use it, you know? Yeah, see, so like that's totally fine. Yeah, like if you're using it to play around with OCs and you're using it for personal stuff and you're not planning on like selling stuff, you know, like it doesn't matter, you know, like you can use it and have fun. That's really not an issue like at all. You know, like I know people who are using like character.ai for the same shit and like that's totally fine. And that's another thing that people don't understand too, even just with art in general, is it's like there's a major difference between what is called personal use and commercial use. Personal use means you're doing it just for you and you're going to use it in your house and it's just for you to play around with and you're not really going to show it to anybody else, or even if you do, you're not going to make money off of it is the big important thing. Versus commercial uses, you have made the thing with the intention of making money on it. And that's where that gets like really dangerous with ChatGPT, is that people go, oh, well, I can use this, like the guy that was arguing with me on fucking TikTok last night. I can use this to write a book and I can make money off of it. And it's like, no, ChatGPT is a conglomerate of thousands of stolen books. So no, you can't use this and then make money off of it, because if you do that, and the US Copyright Office has ruled this way as well, you're just fucking stealing shit, so you cannot copyright it either. Like, it doesn't become your original work just because you breathed on it for 5 seconds. Like, the thing was still trained on stolen pieces, you know? So it's like, yeah, so those two things, like using it for personal use, totally fine. That's why fan art is okay, right? Because for fan art, you're most of the time not going to be making money off of it, you know? Now granted, um the hold on, let me see, this guy can't get in. Why? Okay, I may have to go down and get this chimkin. I might have to run down there because he's got chicken and yogurt down there that I need to grab. Jace is making a bunch of like curry for houseless people, so I need to be able to like make sure that that gets in the freezer. Yeah, this poor delivery driver is trapped outside of my apartment. I love living where I do because we have this like security code like way to get into the building, which makes everything very, very safe to live in, and I love that. But the overall like delivery system, if you have somebody who's not used to like coming into a building like this, or for whatever reason the intercom system doesn't work and like you can't like get the codes to work, then you end up in a weird place, and then they get trapped outside the building, and then like people steal packages and stuff, or they just like don't go inside, and it's like, please. So I might have to run down there and get some chicken. I hope you're doing good, Cal. Also, I hope you're having a good day. Oh, I think he just gave up and left it outside. All right, I might have to go and grab this chicken. It looks like he was not able to get inside. And now I have to go get my little cart, and I have to run down there and get this chicken. Did he take a picture? Okay, it's a lot. It's a lot of Costco. It is indeed paid for, thankfully, so he can just dump it there and then leave it. So, Tess, I'm so sorry you've come in at an inopportune time. I have to go run downstairs and grab some chicken. So, I'm going to very quickly go and do that before it gets nasty outside. Because this poor guy couldn't get into my building. So, I'm going to go do that. And then, in the meantime, I will be right back. I'm going to, like, run at the speed of sound. So, everybody hang out for just a second, and I will be right back. Holy moly. When I say that that was the Costco order of all Costco orders, I mean it. I almost expired just then. I think that the guy lied about being able to get into the building because he didn't want to carry the big ass order up the stairs or up the elevator, truly. But to be honest, I understand why. Ugh. Yeah, I'm okay. It's okay. I got the chink in. That's what matters. How you doing, Cal? How are you? Tired. Me too. I actually am in this weird stage where I feel like kind of manic. I have like more energy than usual. Oh, I came back to some good hardstyle. Okay, I don't have to do any exercise today. Doing that journey was enough. I probably have to walk about like, I would say like a block and a half in order to get out of my building. I'm not even exaggerating. That's actually like probably realistically the distance. I almost didn't make it. But alive, yes, that's the general vibe. Is I'm not doing great, but I'm not dead. You know. Also, hi Tess, how are you? I got my chinkin. Also, unfortunately, Goose had to leave us because they had to go to work. It's very tragic. I feel like I don't know. I'm thirsty, but I don't want hot tea. That's a very unusual thing for me. You have to go to the airport to pick up your new badge. That's very exciting, though. You're like, I'm not doing that shit right now. Big mood, though. Yeah, do that writing. Heck yeah. I'm finally caught back up. I missed a couple of days for Draft-vember, and I thought that I was going to not survive. I thought that it was about to be really bad, but I'm caught back up now for the most part. And everything's going good. Our two romantic interests are trapped in the woods, and one of the guy's cousins was just slurped into the woods by plant monsters, so now they have to go in there for her, and they're both fighting. They're not having a good time. This is kind of like a I don't want to say friends to enemies to lovers, but it's definitely like they do not get along necessarily on a very intrinsic level. Honestly, the ship feels a lot like, if y'all have ever watched My Hero Academia, it feels like a Bakugo Midoriya ship. That's actually almost one for one guaranteed. If I had to advertise this to the anime lovers, I'd be like, if you guys like Midoriya x Bakugo, you'll like this. One of them's just really fucking angry and doesn't know how to address his feelings, and then the other one is like, I'm gonna die! Please don't let the bullies beat me up. Midoriya specifically from season 1. Like, not later on Midoriya. Like OG, fresh babe of the woods Midoriya. But yeah, Vivian probably will be fine. She'll probably be okay. she probably won't get sucked into the castle that belongs to the like big bad like plant fairy, and then realize that he's actually relatively chill, and then start talking about a bunch of politics and become intellectually very stimulated by this man because he's actually super cool, and then end up being like, actually, this guy's really hot, and then not develop a crush on this man while, you know, she's definitely being held hostage inside the castle and is not at all staying there of her own free will because actually people suck. And she's a feminist icon. Because that makes sense. Oh, I realize... hold on. Hold on. You ever just do something and your sketch was like... Hold the phone. We're alright. Let me do this really fast, and then I'll fix the stuff here. But it's really fun. I've been enjoying it. I'm expanding on the world that I've built for my novel Mirror Gaze. So, because it's like a Disney pastiche, it's like really inspired by, I wanted to keep it in the same universe as like Mirror Gaze, since Mirror Gaze was Frozen, and this one is Beauty and the Beast. I can just kind of keep them in the same little house. And it's been kind of fun writing in the same universe. So they all worship the same gods and stuff, which is fun. Oh yeah, it's Gay Gaston. As we so lovingly call it in this stream, Gay Gaston. It has absolutely nothing to do with the Belle of the story. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but it focuses primarily on not Belle. She just goes and lives in the woods. And has a probably very nice time while doing so. Don't stop me now. Oh my god. Don't stop me now. I'm fine. Yeah, a lot of it, honestly, a lot of the themes of this particular thing, because, like, I really wanted to capture the, like, OG Beauty and the Beast themes, which is, like, if you're a nasty fucking individual, you're gonna look really nasty on the outside, but if you're a really nice person, you're not gonna, like, have that shit happen to you. And I want to, like, really stick with that throughout all of this. And so there's a lot of themes of, like, magic, corruption, and purity culture, kind of, is, like, the vibe. I chose to set this in the country of religious fanatics that I have in this particular universe. The only other guy that we engage with in Mirror Gaze that is from this country is the guy that's like, oh my god, the queen has unleashed a bunch of shadow monsters. Clearly our purity culture god thinks that she is the harbinger of death and we must hunt her down and make her dead. And then the sister is like, why the fuck would you do that? That's this country. This guy has not shown up, though. I don't think he's going to be a prevalent character. Or he won't get a cameo. We don't like that guy. Count Creighton, or whatever his name was. Mirror Gaze was a wild book, man. That's all I gotta say. I got about 5K into the Drum Corps sequel, but I'm in a weird place with my writing. My OG plan was to work on a third Atrix Files book, but I kind of want to see how these first two do before jumping into a third. I 100% agree with that. For me, it's like, I don't know, you kind of just got to like write what you want to some extent, but it also is not a bad thing to kind of test the water of your audience. I don't know, I kind of went fucking head first with Brady. And I was just like, you know, people like them, then that's fine. But if not, then it doesn't matter. This is a weird mix of this song. I don't know if I like this. Borges, I respect you, but also you had like the weakest, like, weird set I've ever seen in my whole life. I don't know. I gotta remember to email that backer kit lady. I'm very interested to see how it goes. Yeah, because effectively, when I was doing my Kickstarter research on like how to make Kickstarters more successful today, like in the year of 2025, the answer was effectively almost exclusively author collabs. That was pretty much it. That's the only way you can really like uplift each other and try and like effectively ride on the fandoms of other people, the fan bases I should say of other people. And like if we can kind of stick together, that's like effectively all we got. Sometimes you just don't feel the vibe, and that's okay. That's why I try to like get through shit as quickly as I possibly can, so that way nothing is really like sitting. But I also recognize I'm like a crack addict, so I shouldn't be trusted. I want more sushi. I had sushi last night, and I want sushi. I like California hand roll right now. This sounds so good. And I'm sad because the place below us used to do sushi, but then their sushi chef quit. So now all they got is Thai and ramen food, which is fine. Thai food's good. Ramen food, good. We love Thai and ramen. But I don't want the hot soup. I want the California roll. I don't know if I want to listen to bad electro swing right now. It's also has-been fan music. I am not a has-been boy. I don't subscribe to that shit. Yeah, I also haven't mastered the art of working on multiple books at a time. Arbor Giants needs a line pass before going beta, but I want to give it a few more weeks to rest. Yes, you have to, definitely. That's like huge. Huge, huge, huge. Because otherwise your brain will like just autocorrect shit, and that's like not great. You can also do a trick that I learned recently, where if you just change the font of your document, like change it to something super fucking ugly, like Comic Sans or something, that also helps apparently. I do the like read aloud thing personally, but like I hear that the font swap is a pretty effective way to trick your brain into not being a weenie. Always good. Oh, there's our boss. See, I told you, 12:30 every fucking day, guys. Every day. Why? They're so annoying. Get out of here. Yeah, I feel like I've intentionally designed my publishing pipeline to effectively be like, I am going to have one project in editing, one project in draft, and one project in pre-publish at minimum, or active publish, depending. So it's like I rotate pretty frequently through projects. I don't know if I want to listen to this trance either. Who is this by? Oh, Rehab. We're almost through this song. I don't know why I'm like this. I don't know. Who am I? That's all I gotta say. I'm not a huge fan of trance. Like, it's very specific trance that I like. We're just listening to like my release radar right now, so I don't know any of these songs. I've never heard them before in my life. Some of them are bangers, and by that I mean one. One so far has been a banger. Everything else has been questionable at best. Hi, Mark. How's it going? How you doing today? Welcome in. I also want to go through Spider Island again since I found those typos in the audition script. Yeah. Well, the proof will help too because then you can like actually highlight stuff, put in sticky notes, all that good shit. Oh, speaking of proofs, I want to show everybody this because I can do that. I have the power to do that. The new final proof of Heaven's Equal came in, and the color correction is so much better. I hard applied some red over the front, and it looks way better. She's not nearly as green, so that's great. And then most importantly, all this lines up exactly as it should on the spine. So I'm very stoked about that. And the spine is fixed where it didn't shift. Is this Taylor? Hello? I don't listen to Taylor Swift. Get out of here. What? Yeah, so it looks much better. I'm very pleased. Yeah, I'm so stoked. So that's really cool. I'm very excited. I'm going to be able to get these out. That's a reminder. If you haven't done your Kickstarter, like BackerKit, or not BackerKit survey, I use BackerKit for my surveys for forever. If you haven't done your Kickstarter pledge survey, I just wanted to see how their pledge manager worked on the back end. And so far, like, the only benefit to using this is not having to pay BackerKit an additional amount to use their pledge manager services. But if you have not filled it out, you defo should. So that way I can get you your book by Christmas. Effectively, I'm going to try and get all of the supplies or all of the stuff for people as soon as I possibly can. And so some packages may ship out sooner than others depending on who fills their survey out. But so far we only got a couple of stragglers left. So if that is you, be sure to do that. Yeah, me and Taylor Swift, we got trauma. Taylor and I got trauma. I don't do Taylor. Yeah, we got about half, just under half. It's my fucking parents. I'll have to text my mom. Let me text her right now. Is this new infected mushroom? It is. It's my parents. They are the problem. But my mom, yeah, my poor mom, she got like a stomach bug or something, so she hasn't been feeling super, super well. I will tell my mom hi. It's always a good day when new infected mushroom drops. You know, there are some things about this that I'm not a huge fan of in my original line work. So I'm going to correct it. Sometimes you have to just not look at it for 5 seconds. And actually, I see exactly what the problem is. And it was a problem in my gesture and not in the actual sketch itself. But this is why we fix it. And that's okay. We're going to fix it right now. This is for James the Catboy over on YouTube of their OC named Maki. And I don't know anything about the character other than they have the coolest fucking armor. Oh, why would this happen to me? The coolest armor of all time, truly. They're like Shinobi inspired. He's very cool. This is a neat character. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. I gotta do this with my mouse because otherwise it's gonna accidentally double click and ruin my lasso. Ooh, man, new infected mushroom. Oh! I'm okay. I'm having just a religious experience over here. Come here, buddy. Come here, buckaroo. Because the scale is fine. But what is not fine is this. Boop! Now you don't have an arm. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now you don't have arm. It was the perspective all along. Joke's on you. It was the perspective. And now we are in much better place. Now it is not jankety. Oh, but also though, actually, hold on before I do this. Wait. I realize... move this over, but also too, it actually very well could just be, yeah, that better. It was actually the shoulder was part of the problem. It was rotated weird and it needed to go back here like this. So that way we can get rid of all these fingers that I drew. Bye. Goodbye, Bob Rafey Hand. I loved you and appreciated you. And now you are dead. You are dead to me. Yeah, this character has a lot of purple, so we're going to go ahead and get in the line work here. I'm definitely taking way more time than I need to, but to be fair, for half of the stream, I had to run halfway across the planet in order to get some chicken. I was going to also try and work on some Court of Snakes illustrations today. So that way in the omnibus I can have some nice character illustrations. Because I have to work on character sprites for the video and for the like crowdsourced page, the Kickstarter page, whatever I end up going through. I'm just so nervous about like abandoning the already pre-existing audience over on Kickstarter. I'm a creature of habit, so it's like I think I've done like 8 Kickstarters and only had 2 fail. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm like getting a million emails right now. And this guy with the boxes, the book boxes, is very intense. I'm like, hold on, bud. They like to send you little FOMO emails as if they like you don't know business. They're like, with the situation with the tariffs, and it's like, hey, I don't know if you understand that the tariffs actually, the Supreme Court ruled that the tariffs were illegal. And I know that like the processes are complicated, but that would mean that your prices would go down, not up. They're like, we want to secure this deal for you, and it's like, well, actually, the most likely outcome in the future is that the tariffs go away. And then the prices would actually go down. So you're actually trying to FOMO me into a higher price. And you don't know that I know that. You little fool. And I will fight you, Edward. His name is Edward. The box man. Yeah, because I love Kickstarter because it's an established platform. But if there are other people who are like, yeah, we're consistently hitting 5,000, 10,000 over on BackerKit, because that would really be the make or break for me, is it's like, how many backers are you actually getting on your stuff over there using your partnership? Well, like, the question that I had for you is, it's like, is there, effectively, I'm going to call it a member due that's like required to, a membership due to like be in this co-op? Like, do you have to pay them anything to be in it, or is it just like we're all just trying to benefit each other, and we have this really nice person who's coordinating it because we all want to succeed, and if we all go in on this together, then that's how that works, kind of a situation? Okay, cool, because then that's dope. That's nice, because it's always like the worst when you go to like look at stuff and then they're like, actually, you owe us money, and it's like, oh no, why, you've betrayed me. Skeletor shows up at your house and it's like, get out of here, Skeletor. Yeah, because that's really my question, is it's like, do they have proof of concept is really my thing, because I know on my end, I have a proof of concept. I know that I can raise anywhere between $1,000 and $2,000 guaranteed every time. Guaranteed. And it's to the point now where it's like, I understand my marketing strategy and how to appropriately set up the platform to the point where I can have others pay me to do that for them. So I have to just ask, like, what is their, do they have proof of concept? Who is this? Oh, Andrew Huang. They just released an album with like these other guys, and I'm not a fan of their music. Now, granted, what I'd like to be at is $10,000. That's the ideal scenario here, is like $8,000 to $10,000. But that's a matter of trying to figure out, is it the question of an audience issue? Is it the question of a reach issue? Is it the question of a book trend and trope issue where I'm just not hitting romance? So then that's the problem. There's like a lot of interesting variables that you have to ask yourself questions about. I will wait until Ad Town ends. Nobody likes being in ad jail. Also, there we go. That's better. Oh yeah, welcome back from ad jail. Yeah, no, it's interesting. Yeah, and I ended up not joining that Kickstarter group because effectively all that they're offering is like free critiques, which is fine. That's not like a bad thing to offer to other people. Or it might be paid critiques actually. It might be not a free service. And I don't think it's necessarily unwarranted that they may be biased. And my reasoning behind that is that what I've noticed, at least from what like I've been researching, is that each backer platform has their own like target audience effectively. So Kickstarter it used to lean board games and books or artsy projects just in general. So we're talking like art prints, tarot cards, those kinds of things. And of course, back when it was the only platform, it was also tech. And so there's still some tech projects over there. But then Indiegogo showed up, and Indiegogo was more appealing for tech entrepreneurs because it wasn't an all or nothing funding platform. If you funded some, you could still take it home. So then all the tech bros switched over there. So now Indiegogo has a reputation for being more tech than anything else. So books do not do very well over there at all. And then with the arrival of BackerKit, it seems that BackerKit was really marketed and created for board game producers, tabletop RPG producers. So that seems to be who is over there the most. And it's not to say that I don't think books would not do well over there, but I don't know why you would go somewhere where your audience isn't to market, if that makes sense, right? Like I don't know. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Like, and if the book people are slowly migrating over to BackerKit, that's like one thing. I will say that their services on the back end are very wonderful. They effectively looked at Kickstarter, Kickstarter had a bunch of fucking issues with it. And then the BackerKit folks asked themselves, like, what can we do to fix all these problems? And they nailed it. They knocked it the fuck out of the park because originally they were just effectively an add-on service to add on to Kickstarter to get better surveys and things like that, because Kickstarter didn't have any of that functionality to begin with, and it was atrocious trying to collect any kind of information from your backers about anything. If you needed personalization or anything like that, it was fucking awful. So bad. So BackerKit stepped in as like, hey, we have a better solution to this. Like, we can just produce things that are better all in all. Like, why would we make y'all suffer? Like, that doesn't make any sense. And then Kickstarter got wise and they went, oh fuck, we need to add a pledge manager. Yeah, no shit. Like, no shit, guys. And so then they did that, and then now I'm testing that out for the first time. It's not more impressive than BackerKit's at all. I would say BackerKit probably is worth the like $20 to like pay to use their pledge manager. I probably won't use Kickstarter's pledge manager again. They're just kind of, I don't know, they're just, it's just, I don't know. And then, of course, BackerKit expanded into their own monster as like a actual crowdsourcing platform. So I haven't really heard one way or another of like, okay, I really like this platform and there's a lot of success on it, or no, this is not like, this is not the platform for me. Oh yeah, true. No, it's, yeah, that's a great point, Tess. I didn't know that either. I didn't know that they attract a lot of Canadians, but that is something to consider, right? It's like, where is your target audience at? And for me, it's the US right now, you know. Yeah, shipping to Canada right now I think is like $18. If the postal service is back up and running, because like they were striking. I don't know how I feel about Grimes, because I feel like every time I listen to her, I can't associate myself with her because I'm like, Elon Musk was near you. Also, the lead singer of this band pissed me off. This guy had an absolute crash out over Charlie Kirk, and like, it's very annoying. And I really like their music, and the rest of the bandmates are fine. It's just the lead singer. Because the lead singer is always the most problematic in any band, clearly. Yeah, right. I'm like, girl, you did some weird shit. Like, why'd you do that to yourself? He looks like an evil frog man. Like, I just... When they write this, like, fucking... Everybody's so confused about this band. I don't know. This song is not even good enough for me to want to listen to it all the way through. You don't even get my Spotify streams, sir. Until you start producing better music or fucking publicly apologize. What an embarrassing shit. Like, fucking goddamn. I guess all of their, like, more isolated fan base is just not going to show up to their concerts, which is a tragedy. Metal's supposed to be, like, really tolerant. Like, when I think about, like, the heavy metal scene, like, people are just, like, really accepting in that community, and so it's, like, really disappointing when you have one guy that's like, oh, I'm actually a piece of shit. Yeah, right. It's like, maybe, girl, maybe it wasn't your fault, right? No, maybe it wasn't. But then you also, yeah, like, I have so many questions. Like, I would want to sit down with her and be like, okay, girl, was it because he was a supervillain? Like, what happened? Is this like the girls who are getting crushes on Lex Luthor? Like, what is the... What happened to you? What happened? I, like, ask the same questions about Melania. I'm like, are you evil, or are you just, like, waiting for something to happen? You know, like, biding your time, so to speak. And either way, you've made a horrible mistake, but, like, I just want to know the logic. What is happening there? Mostly out of curiosity, not because she deserves any forgiveness, but, like, I'm like, they divorced. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, maybe she woke up. Maybe Grimes was like, one day she was like, Yeah, well, and, you know, a lot of these abusive-ass types, truly, too, they start out real nice. They start out real nice, and they get fucked up halfway through, and you're like, oh, So, you know, that wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, I tend to not listen to a lot of Grimes. I don't know anything about her. I don't, other than sometimes she is, like, problematically culturally appropriative. I don't know. Oh, we got a self-care combo. Everybody should stretch and pop your back and sit up like a good human and don't die. That's my advice for the day, is don't die. Or do. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I joke. I'm a millennial. Now we gotta keep ourselves as crispy as possible. So that way we can fight in the Frog Revolution. I'm so done. I realized too, I'm like done censoring myself on the internet as well. I'm just tired of that shit. Welcome back, James. I rescued my chicken from outside. The guy was very lost. It is not very cold here. Hopefully you stay nice and warm where you're at. Waiting on the bus in the snow is the worst. Yeah, I hope you stay warm. And I hope you have a good time at work, too. Or at least as good of a time as you can at work. The winter is making this room very humid, and so all of a sudden it smells like weird old paint in my office, and I don't know how to feel about it. Oh my god. I can't listen to this song without thinking of a very specific animation of a kiwi jumping off of a cliff. Mm-hmm. And if you know, you know. If y'all were from early YouTube, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh my god. What a time to be alive. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you're nice and bundled up. That's good. God, this fucking song. Yeah, if y'all want to like ugly cry, just look up on YouTube Mad World Kiwi, like the bird. And then you can't say that I didn't warn you. Oh yeah, totally, James. Yeah, for sure. I'm all ears. Okay, there we go. Now we got some nice line variation. Oh, all right, we're all right. Oh, nice. I love it when you're like, actually, this concept, I could run with it forever. No, that's always a cool thing when it's like, wait a second, I'm actually feeling this, like, oh, I realize I didn't draw hair. I'm a silly Billy. Yeah, no, that's cool. That's awesome. I love it when that happens. It's always cool to be hit with nice inspiration. I have a character who has a super similar, like I did a painting of him that is very similar to this like cloak style. It's very nostalgic for me. I really like this version of this song, but I'm experiencing secondhand trauma thinking about that kiwi. And no, I don't think you've told me about your Danny Phantom OCs. I don't think you have. I love Danny Phantom though. Butch Hartman's a weirdo, but Danny Phantom at least is good. Hi, Gabby. How are you? Welcome in. Messages. I'm going to scroll back up to this, visit this. All right, I'm actually going to use this particular image because it's really good. Oh, I can't hear shit. Yeah, no, you haven't told us about your Danny Phantom OCs, was what I was saying. Neum, says the Cars. Noom noom. Let me see if I need to color adjust. I think I do. Just a little bit. That's okay though. That's a little yellow. There we go, better. But I will keep all of this stuff going on here. Whoops. Brown. Oh. That could have been bad. There we go. Essentially, they consist of a young ghost named Ruth that can manipulate emotions but is actually evil, and a high school girl named May. Nice! Nice! Yeah, it's been a long time since I've watched Danny Phantom. It's been, yeah, really, like, years. Very long time. You know, I'm thinking about this now and I'm realizing I probably should have just... I should have just made this entire character... You know what? This is silly. It's silly. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Oh, cool, cool. Yeah, I like the good ghost characters in Danny Phantom. They're fun, where they're not all like the worst. Okay, we're all right. Everything's okay. Let me fix it. There we go. We're all right. He's cool. He's okay. Yeah, I'm like, I don't need to suffer. I don't need to suffer. I'm not gonna suffer. You can't make me. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna have to fix some of this. Alright, now I gotta figure out how to balance the bottom too. I think it's going to be this. Because the outfit should be mostly dark. Except for these pops of purple. I'm gonna go with this first, but then I'm gonna see if I want to mess around with this. I don't know if copper or brass or bronze, I should say, is the oh, actually, really quick here before I do anything crazy. I don't know if bronze is the right color, but we're gonna go with it. Yeah, nice. Hello? There we go. I'm just going to have to see which metal is going to look the best with this costume. I don't know what the answer is to that yet. Hello? I just started screaming. I don't think this is a good idea. Now that's really cool, James. That's neat. Yeah, I'd have to... I'm, like, not super deep into Danny Phantom lore. I, like, watched a little bit of it when I was younger, but I didn't really get, like, super into it. But I really liked the premise a lot. I thought it was really neat. This, too. I'm gonna have to do a lot of cleanup here. That's not what I want. Yeah, this is cool. This brass is cool. So now, I have to figure out what the other metal is for this shin guard, because I don't want it to be too clashy. Unless it's like leather. Let me see if I can find like a gray leather stain. No, you can stain leather dark gray. I'm gonna go into the purple spectrum and pick like a dark gray there for that. Honestly, I'm just trying to see how far I can go with bending the standards of how things work. Yeah, that's always really pretty fun. It's just like, how do I still stay lore accurate without, like, while making things more original, you know? That's not a bad way to think about it. I think I'm gonna do like a... I don't know, do I want to do a dark rope here? Maybe. Maybe. I normally don't like to go to this dark on stuff, but I think for the sake of this, I don't want these elements to get lost in here. So I gotta do it. Now! Nope! Yeah, nice. That at least helps. Oh, new Imogen. Okay. Purple. Purple. Porp. I'm fine. I'm slowly dying. Internally, externally. Come here. I love that y'all like to just listen to, like, come in here to listen to me yell at my art. Like, that's what you do. That's what y'all come in here to do. And that's funny to me. I don't know why y'all are here. That is a mystery to me. Okay, but it could be kind of cool. I'm just saying, I'm throwing this out here. Could be kind of cool. To have the inside of the hood be purple. But that can be changed if necessary. It's a bit of body doubling too. No, you're good. If you're fucking going, no, you do you. This is why we're here. I just do think it's funny. I'm glad that you find it useful though. All right. We do love working, doing the work. I'm gonna actually go with a different brush for this particular thing here. There we go. I'm gonna go with like a darker color on the interior here. And then effectively what I do God, Imogen's music is so haunting. I'm actually gonna do one more thing. Actually, hello, amigo. Oh, you know what sounds uber good right now? Pozole. God, her work is insane. Like, it's like, I feel like I need to, like, go and listen to it again in order to better understand what she is making, really. Like, actually, I'm gonna... You know what? Actually, I'm deciding that I don't like this. And actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna maybe do a stroke. There we go. That's better. I did not like these Sam I Am. I did not like green eggs and ham. I did not do it for the fun. I did it because it was just what needed to be done. I don't know who I am. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. That was a very intense piece, Imogen. Oh, this is still going. It's 13 minutes of madness. Imogen, oh my god, what are you doing? She doesn't care. She's just going rogue. So actually, because there are some fun, like, cool neon glitteries in here, I'm going to go like that. And then we're going to go like this, and then we're going to stroke this. I am experiencing some stuff. Imogen was like, hold on, we're going to do sound art. Have fun. Well, and what is AI Imogen? Is this Imogen Heap, but it's Imogen Heap, but like experimental? Oh, interesting. It's AI experimentation, but she owns and controls it. AI Imogen is a persona created to publicly represent all manifestations of Imogen Heap's likeness generated by AI models that either she controls or approves of. That's super wild. What an interesting experiment. Musically. She always has been like that, though. She's been really, like, on the forefront of music tech. She's like, how do I take this shit and harness it? Like, what do I do to get there? And it's really cool. I deeply respect that. I love her, everything about her. Keep doing you, Imogen. Make weird shit. Don't let anybody tell you what to do. This is like, it's like so unsettling. It sounds like something I would listen or hear in like Meow Wolf. Boop. Oops. There's like car sounds and stuff happening, and like, but the car is also a violin. I am shooketh. Who am I? I like sound art a lot, though. I think it's just really neat. I don't know if I would listen to it all the time, but I respect the, like, because this music is, like, the fine art of the music world. It's not really, like, I don't know. It's not necessarily supposed to be like listened to on repeat in a catchy way. It's meant to make you ask questions, and I think she does a really good job of doing that. Dang, that's crazy. Alright, I got about 30 minutes. I can plan out the next step of what I'm doing for my promo images for Court of Snakes, because that's really going to be huge. I'm trying to figure out how to like rope in all the like romance people without overstating like or giving the illusion that my work has a bunch of romance in it, because this series does not. All right, so let me see. I've got some interesting things that I know I could look at here. Oh God, I have 21 notifications on TikTok. What's happening right now? I just start screaming. Holy shit. My publishing account's popping off. It's because I told people to not use fucking AI and that humans are important. That's good though. I did it. I made it to 50 followers on TikTok on my publishing account. Only posting like a video. Look at that. I feel alive. What a time. Okay. Now, the question is do I create full pieces of artwork for this, or do I create... I'm just going to create spotlight illustrations, like sprite, or yeah, like I'm going to just do spotlight illustrations. So let me do these as like an 8 by 10 inches. God help. Sure. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm gonna pop open some Daz because I'm lazy. Oh, that's the AI. Whoa, I heard it. Whoa, I can see how she's like, whoa, that was crazy. Okay, well, that was insane. Thanks, Imogen, for 13 minutes of mind-blowing sound art for this week. That was crazy. That was the end of the playlist. I feel like I just fucking ejected into the stratosphere. We're gonna go listen to normal stuff now. Oh my god. I feel alive. Alright, let me start with Terran. I'm just gonna do good character art for all of these people. Maybe some like nice like Prince. I don't know. Let's see. Let's do some fun. Yes. Sure. I need to give this man a stick. You know what I'm saying? You ever just look at something and you're like, hold on, this guy needs a stick. That's me right now. The hard thing about doing poses with swords is like you don't want to accidentally have a sword go into their head. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, everything about that is not great. And so then you have to be like, don't stab yourself in the head. Let me see what we got going on here. Eject that kind of back into the, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, quick, a camera. And we're going to do an 85 because this is a portrait. And, like, just for a reminder for everybody, this is kind of the sprites that I had, if this will open. Let me see. Art, King of Dust, or maybe it's under finished. Original. Yeah. Sprites. I animated these. I think, well, I mean, I guess I could. God, this is so much work though. Like, I have 13 different layers of hair. That's all I have to say. Tunic, 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 legs. Okay, but do I want to do this? Do I need to animate these sons of bitches? Maybe I do. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't. Sure. Camera. Okay, so the question is where do I want to crop this bad boy? Oh, that's all I gotta say is just, ooh. Oh my god, E-Type. I'll never say goodbye. Okay, so this is why I was bullied in middle school, just so that everybody's aware. Because this is the kind of shit that I was into, just so that everybody is aware. Now you know me better than anybody else. This was the music that I was listening to. Everybody else was fucking listening to, like, Destiny's Child and shit, and this is what I had on repeat. Swedish electronic music. The clubs in Stockholm were lit, and I knew. Final last stand is all that I'm hearing. Will I ever find? This guy is a fucking legend, by the way. I think I am gonna do this. Okay, now the tricky bit is figuring out what the fuck this guy's armor looked like. Ooh, that's all I gotta say. My art was not good, y'all. My art was bad. This is painful. Like, I probably won't even use this. I'll use these. I'll have to look at the art, see if I want it still. I worked on this a while ago. 3 years ago, probably. Okay, but this still looks pretty good, actually. I'm going to probably tilt the sword, though, to be more forward pointing. There's certain things about this that I'm not a huge fan of. That's okay, though. I can tweak it. Alright. Oof. Oofda. Yeah. This is really difficult. Hold on, where I'm like looking for combing through other illustrations here. There, this is what I was looking for. Because this is fine, but I don't have any idea what the fuck is going on over here. Oh, this is gonna suck. Alright, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. This is just the way that this goes. I was a bad artist at this time. Here, we'll listen to the Court of Snakes playlist. I actually have one, would you believe it or not? Who would have known? Where is it? There it is. This is the vibe of this book, in case anybody was curious. Well, this shading was interesting because it was very loose, and I think I used like a watercolor brush. So I'm going to try and mimic that for the style of these paintings, I think. And actually, this man, when he needs more. More! God, these artists on this playlist are like some of the most talented like acoustic musicians I've probably ever heard. God, I feel like my line work has just improved so much over the last couple years even. But this book is so colorful, it would do me a massive disservice to only do these in black and white. The ones for King of Dust made sense in black and white because they were like Starkovia is kind of like a noir, like Nosferatu adjacent like, story. You know, inspired by that, like, film noir aesthetic. Or, like, just black and white, like German Expressionism just in general. But this has like a more realist style too, so I tend to not like have as big of eyes. I really want to capture the weight. Poor Terran gets like fucking roped back into being the goddamn sovereign too. He's trying so hard to like not have that be his life, and then they're like, sorry buddy, and he's like, god damn it, I don't want to be king. How many times do I have to fucking tell you people? The system is corrupt and I don't want to be here. I don't wanna. I was supposed to kickstart this in 2024, by the way. That was my thought. So I worked on this in 2023, so this was like art from like 2 years ago. So I can get rid of the sprite. I'm not going to be doing anything like this. Him in the bad haircut that the king gave him that one time. I just want my people to like my very anti-fascist and anti-racism book. That's just all I want. This book would get banned in the year 2025. If this was in like bookstores, conservatives would ban it. They would hate this fucking thing. This kid has like the classic like he has classic white people face. I don't know how to best describe that other than that. It's not his fault. He was literally made that way. It's the way that it must be. This is the most Final Fantasy-ass costume I possibly could have put this kid in. Do I have a zipper brush? I asked myself this. I don't. There's gotta be a better way. Oh, and you still have to shade it. Okay, let's go. Zippies. We got the zippies. I found some free zippies. That's all that I wanted. Now I don't have to draw this fucking zipper, and that's really what matters. Truly, this person did not need to do this for us, but they did, and that's what matters. What zipper teeth do I want to use? I like this one. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, but I don't like how, like, opaque it is. Or transparent it is. Get the flow up. Okay, where does this zipper go? I'll just straight down. Oh, that's kind of cool. I gotta watch out, though. And actually, I should turn off the, go back over here. Brushes. Oh my god, Mr. Man, you just scared the shit out of me. Brush settings. We're going to turn off shape dynamics. Oh, actually, nope. I need to turn that back on. I'm full of lies. It's size jitter. Okay, great. And there's my brush. Look at that. Wow! Thank you to the user on DeviantArt that gave me this brush. Their name is Catrojan. Thank you for that brush. I appreciate. More than you know. You are a good bean, and you have made me not suffer. And now I don't have to cry, and I can instead just have a normal zipper. Look at that. I can just... Oh, God. I do love not having to draw a zipper. All right, but is this too... I think it's too long. The devil dark anymore. All that, I will be rocks, I will be water. Again, this is kind of like a long overshirt. Okay, I just have to like remember how this outfit actually fucking works. I cannot feel your face anymore. Poor Tatsu, he's like, what are you doing in here doing art and not feeding me? Clean alley, drag me through the dirt. Go colder, wrap the night around your shoulder. Even when I cannot your face anymore. This is like such a fun outfit though, actually. Even though this is the most Final Fantasy ass shit that humanly possible, I'm not mad about it. Do I feel bad? No. Am I excited about this? Yes. Do I think he looks fucking cool? Also yes. Does the outfit have to be practical to be cool? Not always. In this case, is it? Absolutely the fuck not. I like this too. I had to, like, it's tough because I based, like, all of this off of my, like, Kid Me's art. You know, it's like, what do you think would be cool? Like, what would you like if you could make this, you know, for Kid You? And Kid Me was like, this Final Fantasy ass looking outfit. And I'm like, you know what? All right. That's okay. If it's what must be done, it's what must be done. I would literally pay so much money right now for a Thai tea. Hydrate. Everybody stay not crispy. I've been drinking just regular water today. Oh, and we got a self-care combo, so be sure to stretch. Sit up straight. Don't be crunchy. Don't be shrimping. Why do I do this to myself here? This is what I get for being a little weenie, a little weenus. So for anybody who doesn't know, this is Taran, and he's one of the main leads for Court of Snakes. He was a I guess a prince of sorts, and then his parents got usurped, and then he got kicked out of the palace because the guy who usurped him was like, yeah, their family was a bunch of traitors and had a bunch of radical ass ideas, and I didn't like it, and so we need to, like, kill the kid because the bloodline, that's how, like, it works like a monarchy where if the kid's still alive, then that's a problem. So he went from being very wealthy to being an orphan street rat very quickly. Oh my god, hi Tatsu. Are you really gonna bug the shit out of me for the last 15 minutes of stream, Mr. Man? Is that how this is gonna go? He's like, yes. Father, yes. I can't have you doing that, Mr. Man. I will give you kisses. Me and Jace, we tell him he smells like baby. He does sometimes. He smells like baby. But sometimes he smells like farts. There we go. He can be stinky as a treat, right? I just made dinner, goulash with corn, lentils, canned corned beef, macaroni, and tomatoes. Holy shit, that sounds so good. What a hearty meal. It sounds like such a nice, comforting thing. I realize that I am a fool. And this is... I drew all of this for no reason. That's it, not his dominant hand. We have to flip him to the other direction. I am a fool! That's alright. It was my throw shit in the pot meal, as it should be. This week, Jason and I are waiting for one of our Marley Spoon boxes for this month is... or this week is a one pot, like all in one pot, like turkey casserole, like Thanksgiving casserole. And it has like mashed potatoes and cranberries and like all sorts of shit, green beans and stuff in there. It's like, it was so cool. I was like, I've never thought of anybody doing a like one pot like Thanksgiving casserole, which is a surprise to me because like Americans are like the classic pioneers of throw everything into one pot and pretend it's fine. I don't know why it didn't occur to me that you could do that with Thanksgiving as well. Oh, and a sweet potato. Hell yeah. Sweet potatoes are good too. I'm gonna have probably Swedish meatballs for lunch, I think. This meal has lots of fiber. Yes, you will not die. You will definitely survive the winter. At the very minimum. That's good. We like that. We like surviving the winter. Alright. My plan currently, if work doesn't send me anywhere, is Golden Corral for Thanksgiving. Fuck yeah. Now that's fucking American. I like their hush puppies. Jace doesn't believe me. He like will not go to Golden Corral. He would not go if his life fucking depended on it. He would rather die. My grandpa used to fucking love Golden Corral though. Oh my god. Yes, he did. My grandpa was the kind of white guy who would put raisins in his salad with his ranch. I fucking loved that shit. Definitely Golden Corral reminds me of my grandpa a lot. He was a sweet little guy. He didn't know. Low-key a little bit old and a little bit racist, but weren't they all? Okay, now I need to draw the track that this thing is on, actually. Because I love this brush. This is definitely a game changer for me. But boy howdy, I do love this brush. These zipper brushes are going to save me for the rest of my life. Yeah, it's got some nostalgia association for me. Me too. I feel that. My family would go often since they had the Kids on Tuesdays thing. Yeah. No, for real. Like, that's kind of why we'd end up over there too. And it's like, yeah. And like, it really depends on the Golden Corral. You know, like, some of them have kind of garbage food. But like, if you get one with a good chef and, like, overall, you'll be okay. You know what I mean? I'm gonna actually narrow this up. Yes, and you gotta go. Yes, like, and I feel like that's true with any buffet. Although I was just at a brand new like Mongolian buffet that opened in Aurora over here, and holy shit, When we walked in there, it was like a fucking, it was pandemonium. It was madness. It was the scariest place I've ever been in my whole life. People were fucking throwing shit on the floor and fighting each other and stuff. I was afraid. So scary. So it's like, I'm gonna go hang out with the little old white people. And maybe the occasional little old church black lady, because that's, you know that's who's in Golden Corral too. Mr. Man, can you wait for 15 more minutes, or are you gonna throw an absolute fit? Oh, yeah. No, people were physically shoving each other out of the way and throwing stuff on, like, the counters, on the ground, pushing past each other, shoving each other to get to food. Yeah. It was awesome. And by awesome, I mean I felt like I was fighting for my life in there. For mediocre food. It was really not that great. It was definitely a place. I don't know if I would go back there. I want to try out this place near us that's called Hiro, and it's a Japanese yakisoba, all you can eat, and it looks good. Because I'm down for all you can eat restaurants, but something happens to people in buffets specifically. Yeah, because this was beyond like busy. This was like violence. Like people were almost running kids over in the parking lot because they were so aggressive, violent. Like it was wild. I'm like, I don't like this. And I just wanted my dim sum. Yeah, gotta get their mango. Yeah, getting the singular soup dumpling for $30 is very important to them. Grandpa was overstimulated. That's just like all I gotta say. It was a lot. Oh, I forgot also. Why did I do this? I forgot that he's got some armor on this side. Son of a gun. Oh, well, and actually, just kidding. It's on this side. Now I gotta go like this. Hold on, we got it. Alright. I'm gonna have to drag this to the side because I can't do the flippity floppity back and forth. Yeah, that's funny because you go into those places too, and at least up over here by like where we live, because we live around such like a dense population of Korean and Japanese and Chinese people. It's like when those new buffets open, they're never filled with actual Korean, Japanese, or Chinese people. Like it's always white people. And I'm like, guys, I see what you've done. They know. They're like, we can exploit the white people, okay? We're gonna make them fight each other to the death. For one very questionably cooked piece of octopus. It's gonna be really scary for everybody involved. And it's like, why are we here? Yeah, when I was a kid in Colorado Springs, I used to go to this Chinese buffet, and it was where I ate frog legs for the first time, actually, and I fell in love with them. And it was my first real exposure to like any kind of food outside of my demographic, and I was like, oh, wait, like this is what good food is. I'm sorry, Mr. Man. That was mean. I dropped a little fuzz on Mr. Man's head. He freaked out. It's okay. I won't drop fuzzes on you anymore. I'm sorry. Yeah, I respect the hustle, but I'm horrified of the violence. Yeah, exactly. It's like, what is happening in here? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, no, it was bad. Hold on. I want this to sit more. Boop. Whee! There we go. That'll work. Now, I need to get the actual, like, epaulet thing going on here. There's, like, a chain this connects to. Yeah, frog legs slap. They have frog legs at, there's this place called Sam's Meat Market in Aurora off of Iliff. It's over by Iliff and Chambers, almost. And they have frog legs over there. Frozen ones. And literally, if you just deep fry them like fried chicken, you're good to go. And then you can have a delightful experience. Mr. Man, you're being violent. You're being violent, mister. He's like, I don't know. I am what I am. I am a man of violence. Yeah, frog legs rock. They're effectively like the equivalent of like dark meat chicken, to be honest. I would not say that they have like any spectacular uniqueness to them. I think a lot of people get freaked out by them because of the way that they look, but it's like in reality they don't really have any unique flavor to them. Hello? But yeah, dark meat chicken is what I'd compare it to be honest. There are very few meats that I've been, like, genuinely surprised by. Like, ostrich meat surprised the fuck out of me. That's a unique meat if you're looking for something to eat that's like, holy shit, I've never had anything like this before in my life. Ostrich. Best damn bird I ever ate. And then there's 3 on that side. I've not had... Well, I had good deep-fried alligator over at Papado. But yeah, to me it tastes almost more like cod. It's like, I'm going to just have cod. You know? Like, I don't know if I would eat this just for the sake of eating this in particular. Like, if it was on the table, I'd eat it. But it does, to me, taste very similar to cod. Oh, you think cod is better? Yeah, that's valid. I think it has to do with the farms that they come from, because just like any fish, I think if they're locked in a fucking tiny tank and they're just eating dirt and, like, algae in their own poop, you know, like, it's like, well, no wonder the meat tastes like shit, because they're not, like... They're just not... Oh my god, Tatsu peas. Buddy. He's so violent. Yeah, they're just... The farming is not necessarily great. Ah, no flavor, way too greasy. Yeah, the last alligator that I had, thankfully, in the deep fry nug nug was not very greasy, which is good. I might have just, like, dodged that, though. But I haven't had enough exposure to it to be able to be like, alright, let's sit down and eat the gator. I wish to know your secrets. Tell me your secrets, small man, small gator man. But yeah, frog legs rock. I literally will kill a man for some good frog legs. They're amazing. And what's really great is that bullfrogs are invasive in a lot of parts of the country, and so they're a great thing to eat if you are looking for a sustainable meat option and you want to actually help fix a local fucking problem, because the frog legs, that's what they do. And so you can be cool and do all the stuff, you know, and just be a good nature citizen. Nature, that's pretty neat. Oh, Tatsu's so angry, guys. He's so mad. Sorry, Tatsu. It'll be almost there. Hold on. When I was a kid, there were frog legs in the fresh fish section at the local large superstore. I don't know if they still carry it. Yeah, that makes sense. No, that's cool. They're good. They're good. I would love that or some, like, cream cheese baked mussels right now. Can you all tell I'm really fucking hungry? And all I have is Sad Martha Stewart Swedish meatballs that were just kind of mid. They weren't great, to be honest. They were just kind of meh. The meatballs themselves were fine, but they weren't Swedish meatballs by any regard. Alright, I gotta draw a fucking sword. Alright, sir. Circle. Circle. I guess I'm gonna have to work on this more next time. Yeah, no, I'm going to be calling it literally in, like, probably, like, 2 minutes, I think. Which is fun. At the very minimum, I got some work done. I'm going to have to do some light illustrative work, like sketch work. Because I definitely want to have these be very, like, clean illustrations. But I think I'm going to have to do some, like, just like some sketch work of some stuff. At some point for this campaign. Because I gotta try and like advertise it to people. Like really sell them on this story. Even though there's like, yeah, not very much romance in it. Get them to want to read it for other reasons. I just didn't want to have a weird Hunger Games love triangle, you know? I really didn't. I'm gonna actually have this be a sash. I had this be a belt to begin with, but I think I'm actually gonna make it a sash. I can do what I want because I am a free man. And I made this character. Oh no, Mr. Man, you're causing destruction. He's like, maybe if I claw the shit out of your computer chair, you'll have to love me. Sir, you are digging so many holes in the side of this thing. Sir, you're causing violence. Alright, it's officially 2:15. I'm going to draw this guy's abdomen and an ab. Look at him. He's like, I'm the hot teen heartthrob. Pay me money. What are we doing with the pants? Oh, they're just like... Ab window. Yep, exactly. It's funny because, like, the logic behind this is actually that, like, it's such a cocky move that these guys are like, we're literally so untouchable that you can, like, you literally have an open window to stab me directly in the gut, but we're so fast you can't hit us. Nice try, and then, like, they throw up a peace sign. They're like, sucks to suck. This is a little bit intense, but I don't know how else I'm supposed to do that. There we go. That'll be fine. That's better. Let me just tone this down just a touch here. Love the day toward you. All right. Okay. Well, this is, you know, a pretty decent start on this, I think. Then I have to just draw a blade. I might be super lazy and actually save my own life. I might linger for just a couple minutes more. Where is my line work? There it is. I'm going to actually just take this so that I don't have to draw this blade again. Tonight I'll burn inside for... Okay, sir, you're really fucking me. You're fucking me Real good, Mr. Man. Yeah, you're messing with me, sir. Sir, you're doing some stuff, and you're being a very silly boy. Look at that. Oh my god, but like actually the hand is almost like very similar to where I wanted this to be placed. But I'm actually just going to place this like this. Like a night I'll burn inside for, only I don't even think of you. Okay, I'm almost there. Thankfully, I can copy this damn sword from somewhere else because I really didn't want to, like, redraw this thing. I'm lazy! Make you wish you had been burned the time before. Okay. Hand, please. I need y'all to come over to my house and make me beautiful food. Tess, let's go to Golden Corral. I'm like, I'm not even fucking joking. I'm like, that's low-key a joke, but also... I seriously will go. If I would, I could. If I could, I would. You're doing your best. Oh, wait. I'm a fool. I'm a fool. Okay, Mr. Man, you gotta just be patient. 2 more seconds. You're almost there. You're doing really good, Mr. Man. You're doing really good. I'm just trying to not have to redraw this. Why are you smelling shit over there and reacting like you've smelled sin for the first time? Are you okay? He's like smelling his own dust fuzz that he left on the front of my computer because the fan is really powerful and sucks in his like cat hair, and so all of his own hair is all over the front of my computer that I have to clean every once in a while. And he's just like smelling it like he's confused. He's like, how did this get here? It's like, sir, you put that there by existing, you silly Billy. Oh my god. Ah, you're clawing my leg. Oh, it's happening. The violence. Ah, oh, Mr. Man. Oh, that's painful. All right, I'm gonna have to go back through and probably thin up this line work a little bit. Because it's just really thick because I scaled it up. But you know what? Oh, Mister. Okay, everybody say goodbye to the cat. Everybody say goodbye. He's being a hoe. I'm holding him in quarantine. Bye, cat. But bye, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow. Or no, not tomorrow. I'm taking another day off tomorrow because it's Veterans Day. But I'll be back on Wednesday for more comic stuff. And thank you for being so awesome. And I will see you all later. Bye-bye.